On May 16, 2017, the demon race had occupied the very last inch of human territory. The human world had fallen completely. Amid the fierce battle filled with raging flames and smoke choking the sky, Si Chen stood right in the middle of the battlefield. His cold face was smeared with blood. 7 years earlier, the world had suddenly been invaded by several demon kings, among them Demon King Lan Yue. They commanded the demon race, relying on overwhelming absolute power to crush the human realm. He looked down at him with contempt and mocked. "You think someone like you deserves to be called humanity's last hope? Your entire race is nothing but trash, not even worth one move." His claws condensed a blazing red orb of energy. "Now go ahead and make the most of your final value." That energy made the entire space glow crimson. Lan Yue said dark, "Become my food, turn into my strength." Si Chen's entire body was lifted high by the stream of energy, gradually being absorbed bit by bit. He desperately struggled, but it was futile. In Si Chen's mind, flashes of faces appeared: his little sister, his comrades, his master, all the people he loved most. He gritted his teeth, fresh blood seeping from the corner of his mouth. All of them had their lives stolen by those damn beasts. Finally, Si Chen chose to self-destruct his energy, to take everything down with him. "I'll perish together with you for their sake." The whole space erupted in blinding golden light, lightning crackling everywhere. That was the ultimate SSS rank skill, Supreme Aurora Flash. Lan Yue was trapped by that overwhelming surge of energy and cried out in shock, "What is this? I can't move." Si Chen's body began to shatter before he completely vanished. Fragments of memories flashed through his mind. There was his little sister. There was the back of his master etched in memory. And even his parents, a happy, peaceful family. Everything slowly faded to black. Si Chen whispered with regret, "We're about to meet again. It's just a shame I wasn't strong enough." Before his figure fully dissolved, he wished, "If only I could have been a little stronger. If only I could turn back time to that year, discover the demon rift earlier, stop the first demon king from appearing." Everything shattered in the blinding surge of energy. Lan Yue roared in hatred. "You lowly race actually managed to make me." Before he could finish, his body too was reduced to nothing but scattered fragments. When he opened his eyes, hazy light filtered in. Si Chen saw the ceiling. He opened his eyes, looking up in a daze. He was lying in a room, his wrist wrapped tightly in bandages. Si Chen sat up confused and lifted his injured wrist to look. "I'm still alive." He swung his legs off the bed, curiously scanning the room. "Where is this?" Si Chen walked to the window and looked down below. Turns out he was in the school infirmary. Sunset bathed the campus grounds. Students were chatting happily, laughing and messing around. Si Chen stood frozen, unable to believe his eyes. Wasn't the world already destroyed? Where did all these people come from? It took a long time before he finally accepted the reality. He had gone back 10 years to the days when he was still a college student. He stared at his youthful face in the mirror, eyes wide with shock. Suddenly, a wavy line of text appeared in front of him, displaying a screen with the words, "Devour Power Fusion Complete." Only now did he realize his wish had come true. He had returned to before everything began. Si Chen hurriedly checked his phone. The screen showed 4:15 p.m. May 16, 2157. It took him a while to process the information. "I've gone back 10 years, May 16, 2017. He knew clearly this was 3 years before the first Demon King descended. Those dark, brutal memories flooded back into Si Chen's mind. In 2023 years from now, the first Demon King Fury would descend, opening the gates of hell. The other Demon Kings would follow one after another because of that was the starting point of total destruction. And because of it, he lost everything. Si Chen stared at his own hands in a daze, then gave a faint smile. "But now, I've come back." He believed that as long as he defeated the first Fury, prevented the Hell Gate from opening, everything could still change. The system was still displaying, "Devour Power Fully Fused." He curiously examined it. What is this Devour Power display? From the moment he opened his eyes, it had been floating in front of him. When Si Chen reached out to touch it, it vanished, then shifted into a stat panel. All attributes at 100. Strength, stamina, elemental power, speed, comprehension, mental power. What is this game-like data? Are these my current stats? Si Chen was puzzled. He had never seen anything like this before. In the past, he had always fought using his awakened power, something only 1 in 10,000 people could obtain. Moreover, the school he attended was the National Awakened University, which only accepted students with awakening potential. But unfortunately, in his previous life, he failed to awaken throughout all 4 years of college, always at the bottom of the food chain, bullied by everyone. Si Chen rubbed his chin thoughtfully, suddenly realizing, "This must be why I woke up in the infirmary." Suddenly, the screen switched to a new interface, catching his attention. It displayed the information: class, Lightning Assassin Strength, 100 stamina, 100 elemental power, 100 speed, 100 comprehension, 100 mental power, 100 skills. Flash God, a surge of electricity courses through the body. In an instant, movement speed increases tenfold. Lightning blade, concentrate electricity into a blade, increasing critical damage on attacks. Hitting weak points inflicts paralysis effect. Si Chen was utterly shocked. Lightning assassin electric system. Isn't this exactly my class from the previous life? His whole body trembled. He vaguely felt a source of energy flowing inside him. Could this be the power from my previous life passed back to me? Did I awaken earlier this time? Si Chen eagerly wanted to test it right away. Let me check how strong I am now. Notification displayed. Transferring class. Suddenly there was a clatter outside. Someone had opened the door. Si Chen whipped around to look. Ma Long, his dorm roommate, walked in carrying a pile of snacks. He exclaimed in surprise. Whoa. Ma Long rushed over happily asking, Bro, you're awake, you feeling okay now? Si Chen replied, I'm fine now. From Ma Long's reaction and glancing at the still visible interface, he already had his answer. Sure enough, other people couldn't see this interface. Ma Long checked him all over, exclaiming in surprise, the wounds on you, they're all gone. You clearly took a brutal beating yesterday. Your recovery speed is even faster than an awakened like me. He glanced at the guy rambling beside him and gave a slight smile. This was his dorm roommate Ma Long. Even though he had awakened during college, he was still at the bottom of the class. In the previous life, when the third Demon King descended, Ma Long had been brutally killed. But now, he was standing right in front of him, alive and well. Ma Long was shocked as he checked Si Chen. I even feel like you're stronger than before somehow. Am I imagining it? Si Chen finally relaxed beside him, the corner of his mouth curving into a small smile. Only at this moment did he truly feel it. I've really come back. Ma Long suddenly remembered, slapping his thigh. Right, tomorrow's the aptitude test. Since you're fine now, bro, let's hurry back and prepare. He quickly pushed Si Chen toward the door. Even though you haven't awakened, yet it still affects the graduation evaluation. Come on. The campus grounds were still peaceful as ever. Everyone was busy with their own things, some playing basketball, others jogging. Si Chen strolled slowly across the training field. It's been so long since I've seen this many living people. Ma Long got goosebumps, rubbing his arms. What are you saying, bro? That's creepy as hell. He couldn't hold back his curiosity and asked, Bro, are we seriously just strolling around the sports field? Meanwhile, Si Chen was still lost in old memories. I once lost everything. His heart felt heavy thinking about that dark future. If I do nothing, that hopeless future will come back soon. From that moment, a fierce determination rose in Si Chen's heart. I need to make a plan, immediately level myself up as fast as possible. He knew clearly in this era awakened could only level up one way, by killing demonic creatures in rifts. But the big rifts were all monopolized by major guilds. Outsiders basically had no chance to get in. If these are my current stats, how does my strength compare to other awakened and demonic creatures? To distinguish power levels, the government classified awakened and demonic beasts from high to low. S right arrow, A right arrow, B right arrow, C right arrow, D right arrow. Most students in school were stuck at E rank. Only a few geniuses or those from guild backgrounds reached D rank. Si Chen thought confidently, I must be stronger than him now. Suddenly, a basketball flew out of nowhere, smacking Ma Long right in the face. Ma Long crashed to the ground, his glasses shattered. Up on the stairs, a few guys lounged around, laughing loudly. One sneered, Isn't that Si Chen and Ma Long? They recover pretty fast, huh? I told you these two can really take a beating. The arrogant one pointed and asked, You two obviously knew I was playing basketball here, and you didn't even bring 2 cases of drinks. Ma Long trembled submissively. Sorry, I'll go buy some right now. Si Chen calmly stepped forward, voice cold. You're not the one at fault. The ones who should apologize are them. He stared at the guy, coldly asking, Is it this one? Some memories from the past suddenly flooded back. In the previous life, Si Chen had once been forced headfirst into water by Gong Cheng, repeatedly slammed into the sink in the bathroom. Ma Long huddled in the corner, trembling and begging, You guys, stop it please. Gong Cheng kept pushing Si Chen's head down into the water, sneering casually. Why stop? I'm helping him awake. The grip on his neck grew stronger. He still hasn't awakened, yet shouldn't we give him a little stimulation? The whole group of followers laughed hysterically at the pathetic scene. Seeing Si Chen stop moving, they lost interest. Let's go, this is boring. Ma Long rushed over, worriedly asking, Si Chen, you okay? Water streamed from his soaked hair down his face, impossible to tell if it was water or tears. His voice, full of grievance, rang out. Why won't you ever leave us alone? More than anyone, Si Chen understood clearly. Pure malice doesn't just exist in demons, it lives right in the hearts of humans. Gong Cheng had threatened earlier. What did you just say? He casually ordered his lackeys. Come on, keep beating him until he wakes up. Gong Cheng was stunned after hearing Si Chen, then let out a confused, huh. Ma Long, face bruised and swollen, weakly said, Si Chen, what are you saying? Gong Cheng, E-rank fighter, advanced step by step, green energy surging along his arm. His two lackeys followed right behind. Si Chen's eyes gradually turned ice gold, silently staring down his opponent. He knew exactly who this guy was. Gong Cheng. Relying on his older brother being the strongest student council president in school, he dared to bully the weak. In reality, his own abilities were nothing special. The surrounding students noticed the commotion, whispering among themselves. Look, Gong Cheng's about to beat them up again. They just got out of the infirmary, and now they're getting jumped again. One's the weakest, awakened, the other's not even awakened at all. Truly the two most useless guys in school. Gong Cheng stopped right in front of Si Chen, looking down from above. His voice cold as ice. What did you just say, huh? Say it again. From now on, don't bother us anymore. He raised his fist. Looks like you really need another beating, don't you? Si Chen calmly raised his own fist to block. Gong Cheng's legs staggered backward, a low groan of pain escaping his mouth. The scene left everyone gaping in shock. What just happened? He actually blocked Gong Cheng's punch, but he clearly hasn't awakened yet. Holy shit, am I seeing things? Gong Cheng felt utterly humiliated, with everyone pointing and whispering. Damn it, a weakling who hasn't even awakened dares challenge. Si Chen quietly gathered lightning in his palm, the corner of his mouth curving up. Perfect timing, you're just right to test this on. The system displayed progress, class transfer complete. Si Chen, lightning assassin. Additional info appeared. Flash god, a surge of electricity courses through the body. In an instant, movement speed increases tenfold. Lightning blade, concentrate electricity into a blade, increasing critical damage on attacks. Hitting weak points inflicts paralysis effect. In addition, stats have been upgraded. Strength, 200 speed, 300 elemental power, 100 comprehension, 100 mental power, 100. Ma Long shouted in panic. You, when the hell did you awake? Lightning crackled and flashed around Si Chen's body. Gong Cheng activated indestructible demon armor, his hand enlarging, roaring excited. Looks like you forgot who you're dealing with. Gong Cheng aimed his massive fist at Si Chen. Taste my killer fist. But in the very next instant, he gaped as Si Chen's fist appeared right in front of his face. Bam! Gong Cheng's entire body was smashed to the ground, sent flying backward, blood spraying everywhere. The students were stunned. In that split second, what just happened? One punch sent Gong Cheng flying. Ma Long doubted his entire existence, watching the earth-shaking change unfold before him. They all look like they're dreaming. Is this really Si Chen? What the hell just happened? Gong Cheng face planted into the dirt, cursing. Son of a bitch, you dared sneak attack me. He turned and yelled at his lackeys. What are you idiots standing there for? But by now Si Chen advanced like a vengeful demon, his expression dark. Gong Cheng, still in pain, charged forward, roaring, I'll kill you. Si Chen casually lifted his hand, grabbing Gong Cheng's wrist and holding it firm. Then he crushed the wrist, snapping it backward hard. Gong Cheng was in so much pain, he couldn't even scream properly, letting out a miserable howl. Si Chen raised a lightning-wreathed fist, sneering, You're too weak. In that instant, lightning blazed across the entire corner of the field. Gong Cheng took the full force of the punch, his body, like a broken toy, hurled far away. Thud, a heavy crash echoed. No one expected the arrogant bully to be beaten this badly. His body covered in blood, clothes torn to shreds, he lay motionless, unable to move. The whole school fell deathly silent, staring in awe at him. Ma Long was shaken, stammering. Si Chen, since when did he get this strong? Si Chen glanced at his status bar, quietly drawing some initial conclusion. First, as before, he could switch to Assassin Lightning state anytime. Even though the system level was currently only level 1, just as expected, his normal state was already enough to handle the lowest rank awakened. This proved his current rank was higher than E, but exactly what rank was still unclear. But there was still one issue. He had clearly defeated him, yet the system values showed no change. He grabbed Gong Cheng by the collar, lightning surging around him. From behind, a gentle voice spoke up. Fellow student, this is a school you know. Ling Wu, vice president of the student council, spoke to remind him. Even though he started it, this kind of punishment was enough already. She smiled, advising, he won't dare lay a hand on you guys again after this. Si Chen let go. Gong Cheng dropped heavily to the ground, lying completely still. He glanced at Ling Wu, thinking curiously in his heart, why is someone from the student council so eager to protect him? But he had no intention of doing anything more to him right now. If he didn't completely crush someone like this, they'd keep coming back to harass him endlessly. Gong Cheng's two lackeys cowardly hid behind the wall, whispering. That look on his face just now was terrifying. Better not mess with him anymore after this. Is that guy even still Si Chen? Weren't those two the weakest and poorest in the whole school? Si Chen didn't want to waste any more time here, coldly saying, "Let's go." Ma Long hurriedly followed right behind. Ling Wu stood behind, murmuring with interest, "The weakest and poorest hub." That evening in the boys' dormitory building, Ma Long excitedly recounted the afternoon's events, but no one believed him. He desperately tried to prove it. "Why won't you guys believe me? Si Chen really awakened, and it's a super strong lightning assassin class." Ma Long even reenacted the scene, waving his arms wildly. "He sent Gong Cheng flying with one hit. Now those guys don't even dare look us in the eye." One roommate, Xiangzhu, nuclear mage, dug in his ear, annoyed, asking, "So where'd he go then?" Ma Long hesitated, scratching his head. "I think he said he was going for a run." The guy pointed at Ma Long's head, scolding, "If he's that strong, why would he need to run? Do awakened still need basic training like this? Does that even make sense?" "Huh?" Another one, Xiangyu, also nuclear, typed away, adding, "Looks like Ma Long's head really got beaten stupid." "Yes, snap out of it," Xiangzhu reminded. "The reason the four of us got roomed together is because our aptitude ranks are the bottom 4 in the entire year block. That's unchangeable. Plus, I'm still dead last in the dorm forever. Everyone can only awaken one class in their lifetime. The other 2 are just support. I'm the only combat class in this dorm, nuclear mage. This is the ultimate reality, can't be changed." Si Chen with that pathetic look, how could he possibly awaken as a lightning assassin? "As for me, lately I've been feeling way stronger. Maybe I'll even join a guild." Xiang, you didn't care much, lazily saying, "Tomorrow's the final aptitude evaluation before graduation. We'll know everything then." At the E-rank training area, the Rift, a group was guarding a spatial gate. A figure stepped out from inside. This was Gong Ting, the school's student council president. Ling Wu followed behind. He informed his subordinates, then left. "Today's training ends here." Gong Ting suddenly paused when he spotted a figure in the shadow. He asked, "Waiting here for me, little bro?" Gong Cheng, still bitter about the morning incident, gritted his teeth. "If you don't handle this, I won't sleep tonight. In front of so many people, he humiliated me, clearly not giving you any face." Gong Ting remained calm in the face of the rage. "I understand." He promised he'd help you deal with him. At dinner, Gong Ting leisurely cut into his steak. Ling Wu sat across, asking, "How are you planning to handle this?" He replied, "He's not as good as the other." Gong Ting seemed skeptical. "Is he really as strong as you say?" Ling Wu answered, "You know everyone's full strength and rank in the school better than anyone. Less than 10 people in the whole school have reached D rank, and you've already pulled all of them into your guild. Plus, no one else has access to rifts like you. Those mediocre awakened have no way to level up." She believed no one could catch up to his pace. In the pouring rain, Si Chen was running on the training field. He carried a 100 kg backpack, running 20 km non-stop. This was self-imposed basic training. Basic training can improve physique. An awakened's upper limit is directly proportional to their base physical strength. Only with strong enough physique can one endure and fully unleash class power. But this was still far from enough. In 2020, Demon King Fury would emerge from the rift, descending upon the world. In an instant, he slaughtered massive numbers of humans. His only remaining family, little sister Si Yun, died at his hands. Watching Si Yun die slowly in his arms, he desperately begged, "Don't know." Si Chen burned with hatred thinking of him. It was Fury who opened the Hell Gate, allowing the other demon kings to reach the human world. Therefore, his first stage goal was to kill Fury. Fury was the source of all destruction. His descent was still 3 years away. He was definitely growing stronger at full speed. "I have to get ahead of him." Suddenly, his phone vibrated in his pocket. Si Chen took it out to check. The screen showed an incoming call from a painfully familiar name, Si Yun calling. He was stunned, quickly answering, "Hello." On the other end, Si Yun's curious voice asked, "Bro, why did you call me so many times today? I was at a competition and my phone died. I just got back to the dorm, plugged it in." She happily continued, "Remember what I told you. If I win this prize, we can finally pay off the rent." Si Chen stood frozen in the rain. In that ruined future, he had prayed to the heavens countless times. Could I start over? Si Yun, noticing his silence, urged, "Bro, is it raining where you are? Why aren't you saying anything?" He swore that no matter the cost, even if it dragged him into endless hell. His gentle voice rang out, "It's nothing." Tears streamed down Si Chen's face, mixing with the rain. It's been way too long since I heard your voice." Si Yun sounded puzzled. "What are you talking about? Didn't we just talk on the phone the day before yesterday? Wait till I finish the competition, then we can meet up. Just wait for my good news, okay? Bye." Si Chen stood drenched in the rain, as if cleansing away his dark past, welcoming a brand new beginning. Now everything had truly started over. The responsibility to protect his loved ones drove him to keep training relentlessly. 3 more laps. Si Chen vowed he would become stronger, faster than anyone to protect all of this. Finally, he made it back to his room late at night. His roommates were all dead asleep. 8 hours had passed since he'd returned to this era. Si Chen stepped into the bathroom, gradually getting used to this youthful body. Though its intensity was still pretty weak, it was a perfect starting point. After changing clothes, he was still deep in thought. Next up was tackling the most crucial question. Si Chen sat on the bed, fretting over the situation. Leveling required diving into dungeons, but guilds had them all locked down. Aside from the elite nobles, most folks had zero shot at leveling. How the hell was he supposed to even touch a monster? And that gluttony power, what the fuck was it? As he closed his eyes, the system status suddenly kicked in. A blazing red screen popped up, initializing, core status, 70%. The progress bar slowly filled. Gluttony system, initialization complete. Si Chen was now floating in an endless void. He snapped his eyes open, feeling himself in freefall. He flipped midair and landed safely. Ahead lay a desolate, shadowy wasteland, a sky-piercing pillar looming in midair. Si Chen couldn't help his curiosity, whispering, "Where the hell is this? Wasn't I just sleeping?" Staring at it, Si Chen realized it was a towering spire standing amid the gloomy space. This tower, what is it? From the sludge-like ground, monsters slowly rose. They were just bleached skeletons. Tank Seo, E-rank Cloud Warrior. A system alert flashed, converting class. He was stunned. Monsters. Is this inside a dungeon? Next alert, class conversion complete. Level 1, Si Chen, Lightning Assassin. Si Chen instantly formed a lightning blade in his hand. Situation unclear or not, first he had to clear these pests. Lightning Assassin info updated. Flash God. Electricity surges through the body. In a blink, movement speed boosts 10x. Lightning Blade condenses electricity into a blade, amps critical damage on attacks. Weak point hits trigger paralysis. The Tank Sale horde charged him. Si Chen struck the first one's weak spot with Lightning Blade. Instant update, obtained 3 Tank Sale Fang. He soloed the pack with agile precision. At his current strength, these E-rank trash mobs were no sweat. Everything felt scarily real, not a dream at all. EXP poured in nonstop. System, leveled up. Level 2 right arrow level 3. Seeing the glow around him, Si Chen spotted the key. I can grind EXP and level here. He pulled up his stats, ecstatic. Every attribute jumped 5 points. He could hardly believe his luck. I got my own private dungeon to solo farm. That's when Si Chen ran into the Tank Seo King, the monster pack's boss. He slashed hard with Lightning Blade. Then I'm grinding hard right here. Boss down, alert rang. Gained 320 EXP. Leveled up, level 3 right arrow level 4. Loot, 18 Tank Seo Fangs, 1 Tank Seo Crystal. Si Chen grinned inwardly. Boss EXP dwarfs same level minions, leveled twice in minutes. Suddenly system pinged, can devour. His eyes went wide in disbelief. Staring at the text, Si Chen muttered, what does that mean? He slowly raised his hand. No way did gluttony power mean absorbing magic beasts. The Tank Seo King ahead dissolved into mist, slowly drawn into his palm. System devouring, devour complete. Gained Tank Seo King Cloud Warrior. Bone-chilling physique, cold immunity. Low temps boost all resistances. He was floored. Magic beasts turn into cards after absorption. I can kill him, swallow him whole, and make their class my own. Suddenly, Si Chen realized something horrifying. Wasn't this the exact process from when he'd absorbed Demon King Lan Yue's energy? The scene of sucking in the beast's power matched his past memories perfectly. He finally got it. That's Demon King Lan Yue's power. Gluttony power was his all along, and I stole it. Classes had innate strengths and weaknesses. Folks could only have one, but now he held 2 at once. If he could devour more beasts, he'd wield endless classes. Si Chen wondered aloud, why'd I get this power? He eyed the tower behind, and what's that demon tower? Abruptly, crushing pressure slammed down, buckling his knees to the dirt. Si Chen was shell-shocked. This insane pressure, what the hell? From afar, a figure emerged, deep voice booming. You've finally arrived. I've waited for you here a long time. It was a Lord-rank beast, and it knew his name, Si Chen. Government-ranked awakened and beasts low to high. E right arrow D right arrow C right arrow B right arrow A right arrow S. Its power blasted him backward. Si Chen gripped Lightning Blade, thinking, past life I nearly died chasing S-rank. Now I'm max D-rank. Facing an S-rank boss, gap's massive. He outstats me completely. What kind of dungeon was this? An S-rank beast? And how'd it know his name? Clashing with the Overlord, Si Chen realized. Dozens of exchanges in, it had endless kills on him. But every hit spared vitals, just knocked him down repeatedly. He flew far, scrambling to rise. The Overlord sneered coldly, still squirming. Si Chen saw its aim, break him. Overlord pressed, reconsider my offer. Stay and guard this demon tower with me. Rare chance. He shot back flat. No way in hell, I'm not staying in this freak show. Suddenly, earthen power erupted from below. blade sharp, slicing his shoulder. Blood sprayed wild. Overlord's patience snapped. Think I won't kill you? Only 'cause you're the sole one who reaches here have I held back. Clutching his bleeding arm, he schemed silently. Overlord unleashed raw power, stats surging. Last chance, final question. Massive earth slab rose, perched high smug, stay or get pulverized. Si Chen started, I choose. Lightning crackled over him as he blitzed forward. To kill you. Overlord launched boulders. Pathetic. Si Chen bounded nimbly stone to stone, closing on the Overlord. He had a plan. From the skirmish, he'd clock each slash's 0.4-second wind up. He could read wrist torque angle, predict arc, and dodge the blade. Crucially, post-strike recovery, 0.2 seconds. Hit that window, strike while off guard. Lightning blade pierced its heart in a flash. He recalled lightning blade traits. Electricity forged into a blade. Attacks crit boosted. Weak hits paralyze. D-rank couldn't one-shot S, but full-force stun last sec. Too damn fast, no space last time. But seconds bought enough to bolt. Si Chen raced for the distant light pillar. He'd scanned during fight, soul light. Hand nearly touching, the light vanished. Si Chen gaped, the light, gone. The Overlord laughed coldly. Too bad, that was just an illusion I left behind. The exit you're searching for doesn't exist at all. This place isn't a dungeon to begin with. He went on, still, you figured out the weakness in my attacks awfully fast. Interesting. Even facing absolute despair, you stayed calm, analyzed everything, and risked it all for that one sliver of hope. You really are someone who can bring change. The final info flashed up. This place is the Rakshasa Purgatory. Si Chen stared in shock at the Overlord's form. That appearance, he'd seen it on Demon King Lan Yue before. Without hesitation, Si Chen swung lightning blades straight at the Rakshasa. It suddenly hit him, back in his previous life, during the final battle with Demon King Lan Yue. The guy had switched through countless powerful classes, one after another. From fire-based ones, unleashing terrifying flame barrages that burned everything to ash, to wood-based, where vines turned into weapons that coiled tight and struck relentlessly. Then lightning-based, blasting thunderbolts in every direction like a raging storm. Si Chen thought to himself, I remember it clear as day. One of those forms was exactly this look, the exact appearance the Rakshasa has right now. The Overlord gazed at him calmly, like he was looking at a defeated foe. Si Chen realized the horrifying truth. In other words, he was once devoured by Lan Yue's gluttony power, and now that same gluttony power has fused into me. He ventured a bold guess. Could this place actually be inside my own body? The Rakshasa let out an approving "oh," his voice full of admiration. Not only top-tier combat instincts, but your mind is razor-sharp too. He smiled. You deserve to take everything. Si Chen was stunned. Everything here. A key suddenly appeared in the Rakshasa's hand. It glowed with faint, ethereal light, radiating an ancient aura. He introduced it. This is the Time Rift Key, SSS grade. The only key that can open the Demon Tower's gate. The Rakshasa continued. Lan Yue devoured countless ferocious demons. The strongest among them were all sealed inside the tower behind us. Devour them, keep growing stronger, and turn every last one into your own power. The key floated gently in front of him. Si Chen reached out and took it. System alert, obtained, Time Rift Key. Confused, he asked, why are you doing all this? Why help me? The Rakshasa explained in a low, hate-filled voice. Even among demons, there are righteous and evil. Those demon kings slaughtered my entire clan for their selfish gain. I've waited forever for revenge. Luckily, I finally met you. He paused, then added, that guy wasn't wrong. You're the only hope, only you can pull this off. Si Chen quickly asked, who, that guy? The Rakshasa just reminded him as he began to fade. All the answers are inside the demon tower. Go find them yourself. His final words, carry my power with you and make them pay. Si Chen still didn't get it. Carry your power. The Rakshasa's entire form dissolved into smoke. Right before vanishing completely, he said, from now on, you have to get stronger. Open the demon tower gate and devour everything inside. The demons in there won't show you mercy like I did. They're the craftiest, most vicious creatures in existence. But you have to endure it all, defeat them all. You have to rise to the very top of this world. In the end, wipe out every last one of those demon kings. Only then will you be worthy. With his final strength, the Rakshasa's body vanished entirely. A streak of pink energy rose from the ashes and flew towards Si Chen. He raised his hand to receive it. System update leveled up. Level 13 right arrow level 14. Obtained 2 Rakshasa nether bones. Si Chen clenched his fist, whispering like a vow. I understand. I'll carry your part with me. Then a new card appeared. Card. Rakshasa Purgatory. 100 bones return to ruins. Absorbs physical power from corpses and surrounding energy, converting it into your own at a corresponding ratio. 3 phases heavy tribulation alters gravity, attacking foes in 3 forms, light, heavy, and ultra-heavy. Si Chen gripped his fist tighter, swearing, I'll make them pay blood for blood. Back in the present, a new day began. Dawn light streamed through the dorm window. A familiar shout rang in his ear. Hurry up, get your asses up. Si Chen bolted upright. The top bunk was already neatly made. By the door, the two Xiang guys were in uniform, hurrying each other. Move it, don't dawdle. Today we gotta wear school uniforms. He blinked. I'm back in the dorm. Si Chen quickly checked his shoulder wound. The cut had healed completely. Was everything just now a dream? But when he pulled up the system panel, the answer was crystal clear. The system proved it all really happened. Plus, every loot item from the dream was now real in his inventory. Holy crap, I jumped like 10 levels overnight. What rank does that even put me at? Xiang Zhu stepped right up to him, leaning down with a mocking grin. Last night someone was praising you, huh? Now you're suddenly stronger, even shaking my spot as the dorm's top dog. Ma Long stayed quiet in the back, not daring to speak, just secretly urging. Let's go, the rank assessment, about to start. I want to see what grade you're packing. Xiang Zhu bought a bread roll, took a bite, then sneered. Our dorm's all E rank, but don't forget each rank splits into substages. You guys are just low E, while I'm mid E. The gap between substages is massive, multiple times the strength. Against scrubs like you, I could take on 10. Got it. Who knows, maybe after 2 years without checks, my rank went up again. Ma Long whispered to him, Si Chen, show your full power later. Scare him shitless with D rank. Si Chen smiled back, D rank huh. As the group reached the training field assembly area, Xiang Zhuo suddenly gaped. Whoa. On the big stage, a banner read clear, National Awakened University, rank assessment ceremony. He curiously eyed the huge crowd of students. Everyone showed up early, huh? Suddenly Gong Cheng's crew swaggered through, shoving people. Move, don't touch me. Xiang Zhu recognized Gong Cheng's lackeys and quickly said, we should steer clear. But from behind came Si Chen's icy voice, making him flinch and pale. What are you looking at? He stood right behind Xiang Zhuo, expression cold as ice. The two lackeys spotted Si Chen and bristled like scared cats. They snapped into 90-degree bows in unison. Big bro Si Chen, you're here. Xiang Zhuo was puzzled. Why are they so respectful to Si Chen? Was Ma Long telling the truth? Ma Long finally got to gloat. What did I tell you earlier? Si Chen ignored it all, said nothing, and just walked on. He stopped when someone blocked his path. Jiang Dai, student council officer, stood arms akimbo, voice dripping with provocation. Heard someone clashed with Gong Cheng yesterday. You know he's the blood brother of our respected student council president, Gong Ting, right? People around whispered in fear. That's Jiang Dai, the student council big shot. Xiang Zhu couldn't believe it. Jiang Dai's just a lackey, isn't he? He's a full D-rank powerhouse. How's he connected to Si Chen too? But why does the vibe feel off? Jiang Dai spoke up, voice mocking. You know what? My hearing's insanely sharp. I can smell a real powerhouse from a mile away. He leaned close to Si Chen's ear and whispered, but on you, all I smell is the stink of lifelong bottom-tier poverty. His words hit Jiang Dai like a bucket of ice water, freezing him in place. You calling me a dog or what? Jiang Dai snapped back furiously. What the hell did you just say? Gong Ting stepped forward, his voice calm and steady as he warned, Jiang Dai, stand down. He continued, showing he could separate personal and public matters. I've already looked into the details. This started because Gong Cheng messed up first. If you screw up, you pay the price. That's only fair. Jiang Dai pulled back his killing intent, reluctantly bowing his head. Understood, President. He quietly sized up Si Chen, standing opposite. Si Chen kept his icy expression, staring down his opponent without flinching at all. From the stage, the teacher next to the big testing machine announced, attention all students, the rank assessment is about to begin. We'll proceed in order of student ID cards. When your name is called, please approach the stage in an orderly manner. Gong Ting turned to Jiang Dai. Let's go, we need to prepare for our assessments. Jiang Dai instantly switched to bootlicking mode and hurried after him. Yes, sir, he thought to himself. This Si Chen guy doesn't look threatening at all. From a nearby high-rise building, Ling Wu stood watching the assessment area below. Beside her, someone asked curiously, why'd you suddenly feel like coming to watch the rank assessment today? Finally spot someone worth your time. The person chuckled. I'm predicting this round's gonna be pretty entertaining. An hour later, it was finally their dorm's turn. The announcement rang out. Next rank assessment, Xiang Zhuo. Down below, cheers erupted. Go for it, Xiang Zhu bro. He stepped up, slipped his hand into the machine. Time to see my true strength. The machine hummed to life, taking a moment to process. Rank assessments were conducted individually inside a specially designed dungeon. At its center was the demon core, an energy nucleus capable of absorbing power. The awakened had to unleash their full energy toward the demon core. Whatever energy the demon core detected got transmitted outward through cables, and finally displayed as data on the big screen. Final result appeared, rank, mid-E stage. The teacher asked in surprise, recording complete, other data still pending. Ma Long got excited. It's out, but the real important part's coming up next. Si Chen thought to himself, besides current rank, it also measures another stat, potential. That's the highest rank this class can possibly reach in the future. People with high potential were very likely to catch special attention from the nation. Final announcement appeared, assessment complete. Current rank mid-E stage, highest potential. Xiangzhu slunk back dejected. Looks like no improvement in 2 years. Thought I could push to D, the teacher called next. Next rank assessment, Ma Long. Ma Long walked up, comforting his friend. Relax, Xiangzhu bro, we're even worse off. He cheerfully added, you're not the only one who didn't hit D, we're all in the same boat. Next was Xiangyu, barrier class, current rank, low E stage potential. See then Xiangzhu, barrier class, current rank, mid E stage potential. See Ma Long confidently declared, this school doesn't have many D ranks, but there won't even be one this year. Suddenly the announcement shocked all three, assessment complete. Current rank, low D stage, highest potential. Someone ran out cheering, the whole hall buzzed. First D rank of the year just appeared. A bit later, Zhang Dai emerged from the testing area. Announcement continued, assessment complete. Current rank, low D stage, highest potential, A. Ma Long covered his face, unable to watch. That's the 8th D rank already. Two teachers discussed, so many D rank talents this year. Even if they're all low stage, that's excellent for students with 0 real combat experience. Exactly. Normally a graduating class has at most 2 or 3 D ranks. With this trend, this year's graduation combat exam is gonna be what? Announcement rang. Next rank assessment candidate. Gong Ting calmly walked to the machine. Everyone waited in anticipation. Finally his turn. Student council president, and heir to an imperial guild, a chosen one loaded with titles. Among the crowd, Si Chen waited silent. Whispers rose nearby. Heard he only hit D in the assessment 2 years ago. Highest rank measured in this batch so far is low D. The school's all-time record is mid-D. Wonder how far he'll go. The eye inside the testing chamber slightly opened as it saw the next person enter. Gong Ting slowly placed his hand on the demon core. He thought to himself, only by showing full power in the graduation combat exam will I make the biggest splash. For now, I need to hold back a few levels of strength. Even so, I'll still set the new school record. The rank and potential display gradually lit up in brilliant white gold. The teacher murmured curiously, that color. Final results appeared. The entire crowd erupted in shock. Upper D stage, peak potential, S. Jiang Dai shouted excitedly, #1 record holder in school history. No wonder he's the eternal president. Our school actually produced an S potential talent. So jealous. We're witnessing history. The teachers conferred. Results confirmed. Upper D stage S potential. Should we report straight to higher ups? Absolutely. One explained, awakened with S potential are ultra-rare national treasures. They need special state attention and protection. Plus, he's the young master of an imperial guild. This news is definitely hitting front-page national headline. Up on the high floor, the person next to Ling Wu marveled. Today's assessment really delivered a genius. You already knew Gong Ting was an S potential candidate, right? No wonder you came to watch the show. Ling Wu shook her head gently. No, I didn't come for him. She smiled faintly, eyes looking downward. I'm placing my bets on someone else. Compared to Gong Ting, I'm looking forward to his performance way more. The announcement rang out clearly. Next rank assessment candidate, Si Chen. The person Ling Wu had been waiting for was finally up. Jiang Dai brushed past him, not forgetting a threat. Kid, you better give it your all to bring honor to our dorm. He sneered, when you get your results later, don't end up low E stage again. Otherwise your dorm's gonna be packed with 4 low to mid E students. Top of the school, hilarious. Jiang Dai mocked their whole group. Weaklings like you will just embarrass yourselves in the graduation combat exam anyway. Ma Long shouted back full of confidence. Just wait, Si Chen's definitely gonna blow your mind. On stage, he had already stepped through the testing gate. Outside, Xiangzhu asked worriedly, Si Chen, can he really pull this off? He calmly approached the floating eye suspended by tangled cable. It cracked open, gazing at the next entrant. Si Chen's eyes flashed bright red. He extended his hand forward. More than anyone, he understood. In this era, the best path for an awakened to grow was joining a top-tier guild. For most people, the only chance to showcase strength in front of high-level guilds was the graduation combat exam. The exam capped at 10 per team, with candidates free to choose members. The winning team would have all members directly recruited by the nation's top imperial guild. So the test didn't just determine rank, it played a crucial role in deciding everyone's future. Outside, Jiang Dai was excitedly introducing, "Boss, this is Yan Lin, low D stage." He rambled on, "Now our 10-man team is fully assembled. 9 low D stages all in our squad. Add Gong Cheng, your little brother, and we're guaranteed first place in the combat exam. The MVP will definitely be you, President. Si Chen knew the principal well. This was team selection for the graduation combat exam. In this setup, the strongest team would naturally form, along with the weakest. The strong band together, the weak get sidelined and eliminated. That's the unchanging law of survival. Ma Long waited so long his eyes got tired. Si Chen, been in there forever. Why's his screen still blank, not even a flicker? Someone mocked. Si Chen's power is probably too weak to even register. Assessment's basically done. Let's head back to the dorm. Jiang Dai invited. The rest are all trash anyway. No need to wait, our team's already set. Let's hit karaoke. Gong Ting reminded them to gather the team members. Suddenly, the front display panel began to load. Si Chen's rank appeared, upper D stage. The whole place went dead silent in shock. Ma Long yelled in excitement, upper D stage, C. I told you guys, was I wrong? Jiang Dai was floored. What? Upper D stage. Inside, another alert sounded. Rank assessment complete. Result, upper D stage. System detects demon core instability. Results may be inaccurate. Candidate requested to retest. Si Chen calculated. Just now I used my base body without switching classes. Looks like level 10 base strength equates to upper D stage. Update displayed. Changing class. Class change complete. Right now he was flipping to the Tang Xiao King card. Si Chen eagerly thought. Next, let's test my weakest current class. Outside, his rank display started shifting. It updated mid-C state. This shocked everyone even more. What the hell? Si Chen's rank just went up again. Jiang Dai felt like his eyes were playing tricks today. C rank, this is ridiculous. There's definitely a glitch somewhere. Even the teacher couldn't comprehend. I've never seen this before. Where did the system go wrong? Alert repeated. System detects demon core instability. Results may be inaccurate. Candidate requested to retest. Si Chen kept pushing, confident. At this rate, my other two classes should all hit above C. Notifications kept rolling. Changing class. Class change complete. Finally, he flipped to the Rakshasa Purgatory card. Now let's check my strongest power real quick. The card's Rakshasa info appeared. The testing eye suddenly swelled as if overloaded. In an instant, it turned into a swirling vortex of energy. A massive storm laced with roaring lightning erupted across the sky. The students stared at the pitch-black apocalyptic sky in terror. What the hell is happening? Xiangyu clasped his hands in prayer. Heavenly omen. Today will definitely go down in our E-rank dorm history as the day a earth-shaking legend emerges. Si Chen's rank and potential display kept shifting. Final announcement, potential, S-rank. The teacher's jaw dropped. Another S-rank potential. Gong Ting stared intently, tension etched on his face. Due to overload, the system blared a warning. The S on screen gradually faded, followed by a mechanical alert. Warning, system error. 3 S letters flashed repeatedly. Potential points unmeasurable. Exceeds maximum system load. The teacher's face turned purple like pig liver. The screen exploded, shattering into fragments. He rushed inside in panic. This is bad. Demon core overload. Everyone come quick. The students had no clue what was happening. 2 teachers dashed in one after another. The teacher asked, "Student, are you all right?" Approaching Si Chen, he froze, staring at what lay below. The eye had withered, completely gray and lifeless. The teacher was stunned. The demon core is dead. He knelt to inspect. Could it be because it was used too long today? Si Chen looked at the display, thinking to himself, I accidentally went too hard and killed the demon core. But hey, that gave me a nice surprise bonus. New update, devour successful. Demon core Linglong, A grade. Can detect threat power levels within 100 m radius. Issues danger alerts if threats are detected in range. Even Si Chen was surprised. Gluttony power can actually devour the demon core's strength too. He calmly stepped out of the testing gate. Si Chen's eyes flashed green, the demon core Linglong activating. He scanned the crowd on the field. Ranks appeared floating above their heads. Si Chen grinned inwardly. Now I can see everyone's ranks. Pretty handy. He spotted Gong Ting at mid-C stage. So Gong Ting had been hiding his strength too. Mid-C stage, nothing special. The teacher stepped out, clearing his throat. What a shame. The demon core seems to have burned out from overuse and suddenly died. Today's assessments are paused here. Si Chen's test data may contain errors. We'll report this to higher-ups. Remaining students can return tomorrow. We'll prepare a new device. A crowd rushed to Si Chen, showering him with praise. I don't care. The data's definitely accurate. Our Si Chen is absolutely a genius, a legend. What do you want to eat today? Or should we head back to the dorm first? Jiang Dai regained his composure and sneered as he approached. I told you. How could a loser like you hit C rank? S potential 2. Obviously the machine glitched. He accused, now you've wrecked the demon core and you just want to walk away. Isn't that super irresponsible? You've made the rest of the student council wait till tomorrow. Can you compensate for the wasted time? Lightning faintly crackled in Si Chen's palm. Killing intent rose in him. This guy never shuts up. Maybe I should just cripple him. Gong Ting's face darkened from behind as he warned, Jiang Dai, back off. Don't treat our teammate like that. Jiang Dai froze like he'd been acupoint struck and immediately shut up. Gong Ting smiled, extending his hand in invitation. Si Chen, join my team. Let's tackle the graduation combat exam together. The highest score in history will definitely be ours. Si Chen coldly eyed the offered hand. Onlookers in the distance were shocked. Gong Ting personally inviting Si Chen to the team. Jiang Dai panicked inwardly. If this guy actually joins, we'd have to kick someone out. How do I explain that to the bros? Joining Gong Ting's team means guaranteed first place in the exam. So many people bribed and begged just to get in. What right does he have? Before Jiang Dai could figure out a counter, Gong Ting spoke again, calm but confident. Join my team. We'll dominate the graduation combat exam. The all-time high score will belong to us. Jiang Dai's trembling hand reached toward Si Chen's shoulder to show goodwill. He forced a smile uglier than crying. If that's the case, welcome aboard. Smack! Si Chen slapped the hand away hard, voice ice cold. Not interested. Jiang Dai stood stunned, never expecting such a brutal rejection. Gong Ting's brow furrowed slightly at the unexpected move. Jiang Dai exploded, pointing and roaring. Do you even know what you're saying, brat? Our team is #1 in the whole school. Si Chen cut him off, voice steady. Has nothing to do with me. You're too noisy. Don't bother me again. He turned and said coldly to Ma Long and Xiangyu, let's go. Behind them, Jiang Dai's face flushed red with rage, teeth grinding audibly. Whispers spread around. Si Chen actually dared reject Gong Ting. Does he have the guts? That's the student council president. Maybe he wants first place for himself. Anyway, his tested rank was mid-C stage. There's gonna be some good drama ahead. Ma Long and Xiangyu whispered excitedly. Did you see their faces? They looked ready to murder. They were so arrogant earlier. Si Chen's got ball. Gong Ting gave a faint smile, voice calm. No problem. Looks like our friend Si Chen has his own idea. From the high-rise building, Yuan Long sighed regretfully. What a shame. Those two won't team up. I was hopping for a new record this year. Ling Wu replied nonchalantly. This way is way more interesting. Gong Ting was born with a silver spoon. Rejecting him like that is a straight-up declaration of war. Our president, he's not someone you mess with easily. Down on the field, Jiang Dai was still fuming. The test glitched and he got lucky. Thinks he's really C rank now. Gong Ting coldly watched Si Chen's retreating back, lowering his voice. What if the test wasn't wrong? Even if there's only a 1 in a million chance, I absolutely can't let anyone else take my #1 spot. He grabbed Jiang Dai by the collar, voice dropping. No matter what, he's just a student with 0 real combat experience. We're the elites who have secretly run countless dungeon raids under my lead. Jiang Dai nodded frantically, eyes flashing with malice. How about I go teach him a lesson for you? Gong Ting frowned. Do I really seem that petty to you? Jiang Dai panicked and denied. No, that's not what I meant. Gong Ting let go and turned to leave. I'm not in the mood for karaoke today. You and the team handle it yourselves. Then he deliberately added, whatever you do, it has nothing to do with me. Jiang Dai grinned slyly, getting the hint. Got it. Won't involve you at all. A bit later, Jiang Dai got word from an underling. Brother Jiang, Si Chen's not on campus. The underling bowed submissively. Yes, sir. I overheard. He said he's heading home for a bit. Left school without even eating. Jiang Dai lit up with glee. Heaven's on my side today. Outside school makes it way easier to hit him hard. Si Chen was strolling leisurely toward home. Memories from his past life flooded back. A top-tier guild team had raided a dungeon in St. River territory and run into disaster. Inside, they encountered a never-before-seen powerful demon. Berserk, the entire guild party was wiped out. Berserk emerged from the dungeon, descending upon the world. That was all the info he'd known from his previous life. In this life, to quickly pinpoint the exact dungeon where Berserk resided, he devised a plan. And to execute that plan, Si Chen stopped in front of the secret silver monster exchange. He knew he needed a huge sum of money. In the future, secret silver would become the nation's largest monster exchange. Weapons and gear were the key factors determining an awakened strength. The exchange was the essential hub for buying and selling equipment, and the fastest way for him to make cash right now. Si Chen placed several Tang Xiao fangs on the counter. The staff member picked them up to inspect, surprised. Student, where'd you get these? Si Chen replied curtly, dropped from a monster. The man asked curiously, why haven't I seen them before? A female staff nearby whispered, if I remember right, these dropped from E-rank cloud-type Tangxiao beasts. Tangxiao fangs, according to records, they can be crafted into E-rank cloud staves or ground into powder. He cut her off. All right, no need for the lecture. What can you even make with E-rank junk? Our exchange caters to VIP clients. Everyone here is high status awakened with real standing. Everything I sell is premium, D rank and up. These tiny E rank scraps, normal that I don't know them. In his mind, VIP customers have been scarce lately. At this rate, when will I get promoted to manager? So unlucky, always running into these annoying nobodies who bring zero profit. Better pawn them off on the new. He stepped away and called, "Hey, little Lei, I'm handing the rest of the procedure to you. Do it well, I'm counting on you." The female staff handed Si Chen the money. "Here's your payment, sir. Anything else I can help with?" Si Chen glanced at the cash. 10,000 enough for rent for now. He pulled a massive greatsword from his storage space and placed it on the counter. Then next, take a look at this weapon. The female staff exclaimed in awe, "Greatsword, so cool." She glanced over, amazed. "I've never seen one like it, but I feel like it's at least B grade. No, maybe even A grade." The earlier staff returned, took one look and sneered. "A grade, dreaming. A grade weapons go for millions on the market. How many years have you been here and you've never even touched one?" From afar, a calm but authoritative voice cut in. "You're right. This obviously isn't some B or A grade gear." The staff instantly bowed, still sharp as ever bought. The speaker eyed the greatsword and murmured, "This clearly comes from hell. S grade equipment." Both staff members freaked out. S grade. The boss, Qing Zhai, hurriedly grabbed Si Chen's hand. With unusual enthusiasm, "Welcome, esteemed guest. What an honor. Please follow me to the VIP room." He led the way, talking nonstop. "Any requests, just tell me." Si Chen grinned inwardly, finally showed up. Qing Zhai, this man was Qing Zhai, the owner of the secret silver guild. Next, after they sat down with tea, Qing Zhai asked, "May I ask, sir, do you have any plans for this equipment yet?" Si Chen replied simply, 1 million. The answer caught Qing Zhai off guard. Just 1 million. You must know A grade gear already sells for hundreds of thousands, and S grade weapons go for at least tens of millions. This is priceless on the market. People would fight tooth and nail for it. On this side, even though the protagonist heard the advice, he still stuck firmly to his own plan. "I want to use this S-grade equipment as collateral to borrow 1 million. I'll redeem it in 1 month." The more he listened, the more shocked Qing Zhai became. In his mind, he thought, using an S-grade item as collateral, is this really something a college student would come up with? Looks like he doesn't want to sell this gear. He wants to use it himself later. A mind far more mature than his age, plus the ability to get his hands on a genuine piece like this. Is he a young master who ran away from home, or a hidden super genius suppressing his strength? Either way, this guy is definitely no ordinary person. Unaware of the thoughts running through his head, the protagonist pressed on with his terms. "Just 1 month. When the time's up, I'll pay it back immediately. Plus, I'll add 10% interest after that." "How that?" At this point, Qing Zhai didn't rush to agree. He simply ordered the girl beside him, "Little Lei, step out for a moment." Once she left, Qing Zhai's expression shifted as he said, "If I'm not mistaken, the school you attend must be the National Awakened Academy. And at the National Awakened Academy, there's an annual graduation combat exam. This year's test is exactly 1 month from now, and the first place prize happens to be 1 million, perfectly matching the amount you're asking to borrow. I'm boldly guessing you're already certain of taking first place." Si Chen stayed silent, simply watching the other man quietly. Qing Zhai stood up and continued laying out his deductions. "You could clearly get the prize money in a month. Yet here you are in a hurry, pawning something so valuable just to borrow cash right now. That means you genuinely need the money immediately, and you must be backed into a corner to resort to this last-ditch move, right? If that's the case, then I can give you 1.5 million in cash right now, with 0 interest for the month. Consider it me making a friend." He said it generously, his open-handedness left Si Chen momentarily stunned, unsure how to respond. Qing Zhai just winked playfully and assured him, "Rest easy, I'll keep everything today completely confidential, but in the future, if you have any trading needs, please consider our exchange first. I'll give you the absolute best prices possible. What do you say?" Turning his thoughts inward, Si Chen couldn't help but admire Qing Zhai's eye for people. He thought, "From just a bit of info, he already deduced my background and situation, really sharp. Once he realized I'm in a tough spot, instead of kicking me while I'm down, he offered even better terms to build long-term cooperation. No wonder in the future he turned secret silver into the world's top exchange. If I want to take down Berserk, I can't do it alone. So first I need to find some reliable allies to work with." With a pleased smile, he shook Qing Zhai's hand. Next, after signing the contract, Si Chen's account instantly received 1.5 million. Qing Zhai smiled brightly. "Contract done. Money's transferred to your bank account. Speaking of which, since you've pawned such a great weapon, what are you going to use for the graduation exam? Need me to lend you some gear? Right now, we don't have S-grade stuff, but we've got plenty of high-end B-grade and even a grade equipment." In response, Si Chen gently declined. "No need. I've still got another weapon just like the one earlier." With that, he pulled out an identical greatsword. The fact that Si Chen owned two S-grade weapons at once made all three people nearby break out in cold sweat. "Holy shit, what is this?" someone yelled. Fortunately, Qingzhai quickly regained composure and saw him off. Truly a young hero. Then he turned to his two flustered subordinates. "Good thing little Lai kept this VIP customer. Promote her to front manager immediately." Ahead, Si Chen suddenly stopped mid-step and said, "Oh right, I want to buy some things." No one knew exactly what he purchased. Time passed, and after leaving the exchange, Si Chen arrived at Changshan County's long-distance bus station. Looking at the scene before him, he quietly reflected, "In my past life, money problems tortured me for so long. Back then, I just graduated, hadn't awakened yet, so no one would take me in. I had to do every odd job imaginable, just to scrape together rent and living expenses. I could only live in the most frugal way possible. Even when I got the admission notice from the International Central Art Academy, I quietly tore it to shreds because I was afraid of becoming a burden on the family. So my little sister even gave up her dream of going to high school and faced reality instead." Si Chen turned left and right as if searching for something. It wasn't early anymore. Xiao Yun should have been waiting here by now, right? Suddenly, a familiar voice came from behind. "Bro, I've told you so many times. Pickups are at the exit, not the entrance. Were you too busy spacing out again?" Si Yun scolded while dragging her suitcase. That familiar figure made Si Chen's eyes freeze in place. But Si Yun didn't notice anything strange and kept complaining. "Big bro, why aren't you helping me with my luggage? Hey bro, why are you zoning out like that?" she called again. When Si Chen didn't respond, suddenly the protagonist pulled his little sister into a tight embrace, leaving her a bit flustered. She didn't understand why, but only Si Chen knew. 7 years, I finally get to see her again. "Xiao Yun," he whispered to himself. His sudden affectionate actions made his little sister angry, and she jabbed her fingers straight into his ribs. "Hey, you trying to crush your little sister? What's been weird with you these past 2 days? Did some girl reject your confession or something?" As she spoke, she casually tossed her bag at Si Chen. Flustered, he replied, "No, nothing like that." "Then hurry up and let's go, home, home." Si Yun shouted loudly. Just like that, the siblings happily headed back together. Behind her, Si Chen watched his sister's figure with eyes full of tenderness. He silently vowed to himself, "This life, I absolutely won't let you suffer any grievances again." In another scene, Jiang Dai was quietly plotting against the Si Chen siblings. He instructed his lackeys, "This is the road Si Chen always takes home. We'll ambush here. The moment he shows up, hit him hard right away. I'm gonna make him taste what happens when you piss me off." Nearby, one underling quickly tried to dissuade. "President Jiang Dai, a lot of student council brothers are already here. If we go too hard, won't we give him something to report?" But Jiang Dai almost roared, "HMPH, I was just gonna teach him a little lesson, but that brat's attitude is way too infuriating. Those bottom feeder E-ranks think they're C-rank now, daring to touch what's mine. As for him, I'm gonna make sure he can't even participate in the graduation exam 2 weeks from now. I'm one of the school's top unique cloud assassin types, except for that show-off punk." As he spoke, he pulled out a mysterious dagger and headed back toward the Si Chen, Lan Yue sibling. While walking, Si Yun couldn't help worrying about her brother. "Big bro, you've been acting so strange these past 2 days. Is it pressure from the upcoming graduation exam? Anyway, a shut-in like you isn't easily bothered by emotion. Big bro, no matter what, you gotta pull yourself together. Didn't you used to tell me? Life is long, opportunities come eventually. How'd that song go? Believe in yourself, that's." She sang cheerfully, her carefree appearance bringing a bit of warmth to Si Chen's heart. He thought, Xiao Yun's so perceptive. She already sensed something's different the moment we met. Right now she still doesn't know I've awakened, so she thinks we're still living the same frugal life as before. Thinking of that, he smiled and said, "I'm really fine, Xiao Yun." Contrary to what he thought, Si Yun was full of doubt inside, still being stubborn for the sake of male pride. Men start building walls around themselves at a certain age. Yup, the books were right. Looks like big bros reached that state. Right then, behind them, Jiang Dai's group was silently tailing. One underling confirmed the target and said, "President, the kid's got his little sister with him." Hearing that, Jiang Dai's eyes lit up with delight. "Perfect then. This alley has no cameras. Brothers, jackpot this time," he said happily, unaware that at that exact moment, Si Chen had already sensed their presence. This aura. These guys are from the student council, and they dared come all the way here. Without any hesitation, he pulled out a pair of earbuds and stuffed them into his sister's ears while instructing. "Xiao Yun, there's this song I've been really into lately. I keep replaying it. Give it a listen, okay?" On her side, Si Yun didn't suspect a thing. "Oh, since when did you start liking music?" As she spoke, she thought to herself, Good, music can convey someone's feeling. Let me understand you a little, big bro. Back to Si Chen, while Si Yun enjoyed the music. He prepared to deal with Jiang Dai's crew. In his eyes, their power ranks instantly appeared floating above their heads. While Si Yun was still listening to music, the armed group charged at once to attack, and the protagonist finally lost his temper. He reminded himself, in my past life, year 2160, I lost the last of my family, until 2167 when I was reborn and came back, finally reunited with my sister. This is the first time in 7 years I've been with family again, and you bastards dare come ruin it. Instantly, he charged straight at the lighter, sending the guy flying backward like a torn sack. Not done yet, Si Chen focused power into his fist, targeting some long-haired punk who panicked completely. But before the guy could react, Si Chen moved like lightning and took him down along with the two behind him. He delivered a knee strike straight into a red-shirted thug, sending him flying back. Another black-shirted guy saw it and rushed in with a clenched fist, but Si Chen easily caught the punch. Then he swiftly drove an elbow that shattered the black shirt's arm bone. The pain made him burst into tears. My arm, he stammered. Before he could finish, he ate a full fist to the face. His body shot backward like a cannonball. By now Jiang Dai couldn't stay calm anymore. Panic surged inside him. No way, holy crap, what's wrong with this kid? How is he this strong? Number 54 asked in fear as Si Chen rushed toward him. Si Chen kept exploiting his superior strength and speed, quickly punching down the entire group of lack. Finally, with raging momentum, he arrived right in front of Jiang Dai. Up front, the terrified president could only yell to psych himself up. I'm a top-tier cloud assassin. You think you can beat me? With those words, he thrust his dagger forward hard, but Si Chen's fist was much faster. With one punch, he smashed Jiang Dai's face sideways and sent him flying like a dead dog. Not stopping there, Si Chen used his speed to close in while the guy was still airborne, and delivered a mountain-shattering punch straight to his chin. It mashed his teeth and lips together. Once again, his battered body spun like a top into the distance, until it crashed into something and finally stopped. By now, Jiang Dai's vision was completely blurred. The protagonist stepped in front of him and spoke in a dangerously low voice. I clearly told you, don't piss me off. Did you not understand human speech? On this side, Jiang Dai was so terrified he nearly pissed his pants. Regret flooded his mind nonstop. My bones are all shattered, both legs completely numb. The test results were real. Si Chen, he's absolutely not D-rank. With that thought, he weakly croaked, S-sort. Not letting him finish another word, the protagonist yanked him close, pressed the dagger to his face, and warned, shut your mouth. Say one more word and I'll end you right here. Si Chen's decisive action only amplified Jiang Dai's fear. Those eyes didn't lie. He really would kill him. He's clearly just a student. How does he have such heavy killing intent? What the hell is his background? Jiang Dai thought in sheer panic. Before Si Chen glared at him again with another warning. From now on, every word I say, you remember it word for word. Do whatever filthy crap you want, but don't bother me again. If any of you dare threaten my little sister's safety, or even just appear in her line of sight, I won't hesitate to make you disappear forever. Got it? Under that threat, Jiang Dai could only sob and nod frantically. Seeing that, the protagonist was satisfied. He casually tossed the dagger aside and turned to walk away. Meanwhile, his little sister Si Yun remained completely oblivious to what just happened, still immersed in the song. Unconsciously, tears suddenly streamed down her face. It feels so lonely. Why does this song make me want to cry? It's only been a few days, yet he's acting like he's been through so much. He's this lonely. But I've always been right here with. Thinking of that, Si Yun yanked out the earbuds and spun around yelling, Bro, this prank is way too mean. Behind her, the protagonist was already standing there with a smile. He pulled out a small pen case and said, Zio Yun, here's a gift for you. Looking at the glowing golden pen, Si Yun's eyes widened in shock. This is a full monoconducting pen. It's the latest model released by the Doreg Corporation. This thing costs tens of thousands. Where'd you get it? Should we return it? It's way too expensive. I don't really like it that much anyway. She said it awkwardly, but couldn't hide the delight on her face. As for Si Chen, he silently vowed to himself, in the previous life I couldn't protect you properly, and I failed to protect your dreams too. In this life, I'll protect everything that's yours. Behind the two of them, the thugs who'd been beaten senseless were desperately covering their mouths to stifle any groans of pain, terrified of drawing Si Chen's attention again. Time flew by, cut to the Si family home. Right now Si Yun was excitedly testing her new pen. She drew a purple fish in midair. This is so useful. It can create 3D images straight from the air. Beside her, Si Chen slurped noodles happily and replied, as long as Zio Yun likes it. Sure enough, your egg noodles are still the best. Turning to Si Yun, though thrilled, she felt a bit regretful. But we still have to pay rent. you're spending like this. Before his little sister could say more, Si Chen cut in. I already paid this year's rent in full. That info left Si Yun stunned. Knowing he'd slipped up, the protagonist quickly explained. Yeah, I did a little business with a friend and made some cash. His lie obviously couldn't fool Si Yun easily. Big bro has zero poker face when lying. Way too suspicious. Fine, now he's keeping secrets from me too. But that joyful expression on his face. It's been so long since I last saw it. Thinking of that, she gently placed a hand on his shoulder and asked softly, Big bro, no matter what happened, don't force yourself, okay? Si Chen turned, quietly nodded in agreement. In another scene, inside a room, Gong Ting's voice rang out. His injuries this time are severe. 6/10 of his bones are shattered. Even the best healers couldn't get him fully recovered in a month. Never thought he'd actually go after Si Chen and end up like this. Nearby, Lingwu sipped tea with amusement and replied, Looks like he'll miss the graduation exam. Hearing that, Gong Ting seemed unfazed. No big deal. My team just lost one extra who's not even as skilled as the rest. At the same time, a man stepped into the room. His name was Gong Chuan, Director of Career Development at the National Awakened University. He spoke up. It's that Si Chen name again. I've confirmed the internal rank assessment results. It's genuinely C rank. He's the only one in the entire school ranked higher than you. Even Gong Ting couldn't hide a flicker of surprise and turned to look. Gong Chuan continued explaining. This time your father invited the vice chairman of the alliance to personally watch your graduation performance. No one can be allowed to steal your spot. But if it really comes to it, I'll just have my niece fill the empty slot in the Gong Palace team. In response, Gong Ting said something that caught Gong Chuan off guard. Uncle, you're overthinking it. Do they really think I went all out during the assessment? Don't worry when the combat exam day comes. I'll show everyone who the real strongest is. Cut back to Si Chen. While showering, he mentally reviewed his schedule. Heavy load 100 km training completed today. Immediate financial issues resolved. Everything's going smoothly. After graduation, I can start the main plan. Next mission, secure the 1 million first place prize from the graduation exam without a hitch, then pay off Qing Zhai's loan in full. The contract with Qing Zhai must be honored. Anyway, I'll need his help for many things later. There's still 1 month until the exam. I need to level up a few more times. With that thought, Si Chen closed his eyes once more. The system screen appeared. System initializing. Gluttony system activating. Before Si Chen unfolded the familiar crimson landscape, he slowly advanced toward the towering spire, thoughts racing nonstop. The previous test showed my weakest class, Tang Xiao King, reaches C rank. But Rakshasa Purgatory's rank failed to display properly. Even though Rakshasa Purgatory is S grade, I couldn't unleash its full power earlier, so how much strength it can actually output remains unknown. Therefore, the corresponding ranks for my other two classes are still unclear. Thinking of that, he pulled out a key. It was the Time Rift key, SSS grade, the only key to open the Demon Tower gate. The moment the key appeared, the ancient gate before him slowly creaked open. Gotta test it out today. Wonder what the inside of the Demon Tower looks like. With that, he quickly stepped through. When he emerged on the other side, the sight before him left Si Chen slightly surprised as he muttered, "This place is." After stepping out from the gate, Si Chen found himself in a region called Fallen Star Wasteland. The instant his foot touched the ground, his entire body sank heavily as if something massive was pressing down on him. He coughed violently and said, "The gravity here is insane." The entrance door just vanished. Probably have to kill this floor's boss to reopen it. In an environment like this, I can only unleash maybe 30% of my power at best. Gotta adapt fast. That was Si Chen's quick calculation. However, right ahead of him, the silhouette of a purple lion appeared. It was the illusory Life Lion. Seeing his enemy emerge, Si Chen instantly switched to his lightning assassin class. He gripped a bolt of lightning in his hand, stared straight at the foe, and murmured, "So you're the enemy here." Across from him, the illusory Life Lion didn't waste words. It charged straight in to attack. Fortunately, Si Chen reacted swiftly. He ducked low and slid forward, easily dodging the strike. Right after, he activated Frenzied Blade, spinning back with lightning speed to counterattack. In his mind, he kept reminding himself, "Body feels too heavy, gotta end this fast." With his overwhelming speed, Si Chen thrust the lightning bolt straight into the illusory Life Lion's neck. However, since it didn't hit a vital point, the paralysis effect failed. Si Chen's eyes widened in surprise. Missed the weak spot. High gravity massively impacts my speed and accuracy. Lightning Assassin class is almost useless here, but this monster's moving so casually. Is this the level of beasts in the Demon Tower's purgatory? Thinking that, Si Chen raised his hand to block its bite. While swiftly switching to Rakshasa Purgatory class, purple flames began rising from his body, Then I'll switch to Rakshasa Purgatory. Each class has different core advantages. Close quarters, unarmed combat relies on warriors with extreme strength and stamina boosts. Max gravity stacking and the strongest impact force. With the power surge from this class, Si Chen immediately broke free. He slammed the illusory life lion's body hard into the ground, cracking the earth into countless pieces. Not stopping there, he channeled power into his fist. In this already high-gravity environment, one punch from him carried 60 times the normal force. Below, the illusory life lion seemed to sense fear. Right after, Si Chen's earth-shaking fist came crashing down. He roared, "You're not stopping me. This is the star battle will skill. 3 phases heavy tribulation ultra-heavy mode." With that punch's power, the ground was torn beyond recognition. Time passed quickly when the dust settled. A deep crater scarred the earth, and the illusory life lion's head had been smashed to pulp. System notification. You have obtained illusory life lion bone. You gained 12,000 EXP. Level increased from 10 to 11. On this side, the protagonist lay panting from exhaustion. In his mind, he analyzed. Each star on a card represents 1 stat point. More stars mean higher overall boost when switching classes. Rakshasa Purgatory has more stars, so the total increase is higher. After switching, its effective rank is slightly above the Lightning Assassin class. But even against one B-grade monster, I had to go all out. Looks like right now, neither of these 2 classes can break past B rank. At that moment, Si Chen suddenly shivered as a realization hit. Wait a sec. Why didn't the system show can devour after killing the monster this time? And the gate to the next floor didn't appear either. Could it be? In his mind, a dangerous thought began to take shape. Sure enough, just as he predicted, right behind the protagonist, a spatial rift suddenly tore open. From inside, countless pairs of gleaming eyes stared straight at Si Chen. Si Chen whipped around, his heart jolting in alarm. Wait, the real boss hasn't even shown up yet. The thing I just went all out to kill was just a trash mob. At the same moment, endless illusory life lions poured out from the spatial tier at terrifying speed. Before Si Chen could react, one clamped its jaws straight onto his arm. The rest seized the opening and tore into him relentlessly. In that instant, Si Chen truly understood the meaning behind those words. Rakshasa Purgatory, you say. Once the gate opens, what fills it is endless suffering, but you must endure it all. You must conquer it all. He didn't know how much time had passed when the protagonist suddenly jolted awake on his bed, drenched in cold sweat from the sheer tension. The agony he'd just endured still lingered vividly. Torn muscles, dislocated bones. The pain in the dream felt horrifyingly real. There are no shortcuts to getting stronger. The path of solitary, grueling hell had only just begun. Time flew by. Today was Friday, May 20, 2157, at the Grand Auditorium of the National Awakened University. Every student had gathered here in full attendance. Naturally, Gong Xuan, as head of the career office, couldn't possibly be absent. Among the students, a brown-haired guy spoke up. "Yo, you guys here. They're saying top brass from the Guild Alliance will personally watch this year's graduation combat exam." Someone nearby immediately got it. No wonder the rules got completely overhauled this year. In previous years, there were no minimum headcount or rank requirements, but now every team needs at least 5 members, and at least one has to be upper E rank or higher. Another chimed in, is this just to make it more entertaining? Who knows, someone shrugged. Shifting to Gong Xuan, right on cue, he stepped forward to speak. All students of this graduating class have now been assigned your wristbands. Please check them immediately, then quickly finish forming your team. Everyone hurriedly pulled up their wrist devices. A holographic screen popped up displaying everyone's names and ranks. But one of Long's buddies quickly noticed something off and blurted out, "Wait, this can't be right. Si Chen, how the hell are you listed as low E rank?" It wasn't just them, even other students caught on and started whispering, that Si Chen guy clearly showed C rank during the assessment. Why is he low E now? Murmurs spread like wildfire, so the machine really did glitch earlier. Damn, I was gonna skip Gong Ting's team and pair with Si Chen, who knew he's just low E. Now nobody's gonna want him on their team. Graduation exams too important, who'd carry dead weight like that. Si Chen turned down Gong Ting's invite back then. He's gotta be regretting it to death now. On this side, Gong Ting and his crew stayed silent, staring hard at his uncle. Gong Xuan wore a smug smile, thinking to himself, "My dear nephew, when will you learn how to truly wield power and exploit human nature? Let your uncle teach you. Your rival won't even qualify to compete." Ignoring the buzzing crowd, a teacher's reminder rang out. "Students, please hurry, form your teams quickly." Sure enough, right after that, 8 students swarmed Gong Ting begging to join. "President Gong Ting, President, please let me join your team. Pick me, pick me." "President, I'm a 3rd year. I swear I won't drag you down." "Captain, my personal healer Zhang Yi can definitely carry the team hard." President, sir, let me be your dog. The desperate pleas grew so loud that one of Gong Ting's lackeys snapped. Shut the hell up, back off. We can only add one more at most. Time passed quickly. Half an hour later, almost everyone had successfully formed teams and were hyping each other up. Only Si Chen's group was still struggling, short on members. Ma Long sighed in frustration. We've gone around several times and nobody's willing to join us. A guy nearby clutched his head in despair. We're only 4 people short of a full team. Are we seriously gonna get disqualified from the graduation exam? Ma Long quickly sensed something fishy. This feels weird. How is Si Chen's rank showing as the absolute lowest? Even for registration you need 5 people, and the minimum should be upper E at worst. Looks like someone deliberately targeting our dorm. From Si Chen's perspective, he quietly analyzed the situation. The graduation combat exam is everyone's one shot to shine. High scores mean better job off. In the final evaluation, the number of monsters in the dungeon scales with team size, but more people doesn't automatically mean higher score. That's why everyone's scrambling to join Gong Ting's powerhouse team, and nobody wants to team with low-rank scrub. The 3 lowest-ranked students in the whole school are all low E and in our dorm. If this keeps up. Right then a voice suddenly called out invitingly. Hey, Xiangzhu, our team's short one more. Join us. You don't really want to be stuck in that trash team with 3 low E dormmates, right? Otherwise you won't even qualify for the graduation exam. Those words made Si Chen's gaze turn deadly serious. He thought inwardly, if this continues, the 3 low-E guys are almost guaranteed to get abandoned. In the end, we'll lose our eligibility entirely. On this side, Xiangzhu suddenly gave a shocking reply. Sorry, really. Our dorm already agreed we'd team up together. I'm not abandoning my dormmates. The inviter got pissed. Whatever then, suit yourself. We only asked to fill the slot and you still reject us. No manners at all, Xiangzhu shot back. Stop looking down on people. Back to Ma Long, he checked the class roster again and panicked to the group. Looks like everyone else has formed teams already. There are barely any high E ranks left. We're clearly one short and nobody's willing to join. While he was panicking, Si Chen's eyes locked onto the mastermind behind it all. Career Office Director Gong Xuan, same surname as Gong Ting. Clearly part of the Gong family. Rules for something as important as the graduation exam get changed on a whim, even deliberately altering someone's real rank to prevent team formation. Think you're pressuring Gong Ting. People with real power really do whatever they want. But this graduation exam, I'm participating no matter what, since you've openly targeted me like this. I don't need to hold back anymore. Proving strength isn't limited to just this exam. Everyone around jolted when lightning suddenly crackled and enveloped Si Chen's body. Ma Long hurriedly tried to calm him. Whoa bro, what are you planning? Si Chen, what are you doing? Is he really gonna? Some people already guessed in their hearts. Of course, Si Chen had his own purpose. The Awakened University had a special tradition. To help students master their classes in combat, students could challenge anyone to a one-on-one duel anywhere, anytime. It was a bold, provocative act that allowed the most direct display of strength in front of everyone. Many would refuse such a sudden challenge, but Gong Ting definitely wouldn't, as long as he defeated him. Plenty of people chasing high scores would come begging to team up. With that in mind, as Si Chen prepared to approach Gong Ting, another voice suddenly rang from the entrance. Si Chen, your team's still short one, right? I want to participate in this year's school graduation, exam 2. Back in junior high, I already reached D rank. If I join your team, I shouldn't drag you down, right? The newcomer was none other than Ling Wu. Her appearance left Ma Long and Xiangzhu stunned. Holy crap, since when does Si Chen know Ling Wu? This is insane. Up front, Gong Ting's loyal dog Gong Cheng immediately started barking. What did she say? Gong Xuan was so shocked he spat out his water. All around, whispers exploded. Vice President Ling Wu wants to team with Si Chen's noobs. Isn't she an exchange student from outside? Why would she join our school's graduation exam? Her background's always been mysterious. Heard she's a genius girl from St. River Country. Back to Gong Xuan, after the initial shock, he switched to fury and thought, why is this girl suddenly helping an outsider? He immediately questioned, Student Ling Wu, you're only here on exchange. You have no right to participate in our graduation exam. Besides, you haven't taken any assessments since transferring here. I've never seen any report proving your so-called genius rank. Joining this exam would completely violate the rule. The words had barely left his mouth when a tall man's figure suddenly appeared in the auditorium. Director Gong Xuan is correct. Ma Long, seeing him appear beside him, yelped in panic. Principal, when did you get? Gong Xuan shot to his feet, heart pounding. Why is the principal here too? The principal seemed oblivious to his panic and calmly said, Ling Wu, you're only at our school temporarily for exchange. Why are you causing a commotion? On this side, no one was more surprised than the protagonist. I remember the principal's class is warrior, right? How does he have instant teleportation like that? Unaware of Si Chen's thoughts, the principal smiled warmly. Ling Wu, if you join the fight, it wouldn't be fair. Graduation exams only mean something if they truly reflect real ability, don't they? Ling Wu smiled back. Oh dear, what a shame. While the two chatted amiably, Si Chen quietly scanned their info. The result made him break into a cold sweat. Huge question marks floated above both their heads. I can't probe their ranks at all. Gong Xuan, flustered, chimed in. The principal is right. Our school's reputation comes from strictly following regulation. The principal cut him off. The mission of National Awakened University is to train top awakened and provide the best stage for them to showcase talent, ensuring a steady, abundant supply of awakened personnel for the world. The graduation combat exam is a tradition upheld for decades. It's one of the most pivotal turning points in a student's life. If a student loses this chance just because of some special factor, how can the school bear that responsibility? His tone turned icy cold. That single look made Gong Xuan nearly wet himself. Is the old man implying me? Did he notice I tampered behind the scenes? He usually doesn't care about petty stuff like this. Today he and Ling Wu teamed up for this little show, all for that kid. Whatever, no point arguing to the death with the old man. Gong Ting, uncle can only help you this far. All the high-rank students team up on their own. Only Si Chen's left dragging 3 pieces of trash. This time you'll win easily, right? Thinking that, the old dog hurriedly bowed and apologized. Oh dear principal, you're absolutely right. Our office was negligent. We didn't consider how the current team-forming rules might leave some students behind. Then he immediately changed the exam conditions. I declare, teams with fewer than 5 members or lacking at least 1 upper E rank or higher may still register. The gate to the graduation combat exam remains open to everyone. With the participation requirements relaxed, Si Chen's group quickly formed their team in pure joy. Yeah, we've got a full team. Si Chen, your captain this time. From the back, the principal spoke with interest to Ling Wu beside him. Your concern for Si Chen is way stronger than I expected, Ling Wu. One side is the strongest team in school history, led by Gong Ting. The other is Si Chen and his 3 lowest-ranked dormmates. Makes me curious, what dungeon will they choose, and how many points will they ultimately score? Up on stage, an elderly proctor spoke up. Contestants, once teams are formed, team captains may now select your dungeon. The words had barely finished when his tablet pinged with a notification. Oh, a team's already chosen. That was fast. Not just him, others got the alert and gasped. Si Chen's team already picked a dungeon. Holy crap, the one they chose is. The rest of Si Chen's team nearly fainted from shock at the protagonist's choice. Si Chen, are you insane? Withdraw it now. Si Chen, my ancestor. Do you even know what you just selected? Si Chen stayed silent, not responding to them at all. According to the school's curriculum, the graduation practical exam is the first time students team up to enter a real dungeon. Students score points by taking down bosses and small monsters. Scores are divided into 3 categories. Strategy completion, max 10 points. Clear all monsters in the dungeon for 10 points, minus 1 point for each survivor. Boss kill, max 20 points. Successfully slay the boss for 20 points, 0 if you fail. Completion time, max 20 points. Finish the clear within 1 hour for 20 points, minus 1 point every 5 minutes after. Dungeons have different ranks with varying clear difficulties and bonus multipliers, so picking an F-rank dungeon caps your max score at 75 points. But there's another rank, E-rank dungeon, which theoretically can hit 100 points. And there's this killer prize. The top-scoring team gets offers from the Imperial Guild for all members. Plus, the team's MVP lands a management spot in the Imperial Guild and a 1,000,000 credit reward. Glancing at the screen, the brown-haired student sighed nostalgically. The school's all-time high score is 90 points, set by our genius from last year. Now he's the head of the Imperial Legion. He founded it after graduating. His buddy next to him nodded eagerly, chiming in. An E-rank dungeon's brutal, needs 3 D-rank awakeners just to clear. Then he glanced toward the group in the middle of the room and guessed. Gong Ting's team might just challenge the school's record. Right then the system pinged. Submission received. The glasses guy blurted out in shock. A team's already picked their dungeon. That was fast. But seconds later, he yelped in disbelief. Holy shit, it's Si Chen's team. The glasses guy's voice stammered. He picked a D-rank dungeon. There on the screen, Si Chen's face popped up clear as day. Selected D-rank dungeon, awaiting team confirmation. The glasses guy immediately yelled. No graduating student has ever cleared a D-rank before. Did that kid hit the wrong button or what? Elsewhere in the class, Ma Long freaked out. Si Chen, are you nuts? Do you even know what you just picked? In the corner, Xiangzhu slumped to the floor, clutching his head and trembling. Crazy bastard, crazy bastard. Why'd I join a lunatic's team? Staring at the selection screen, he wailed tearlessly. Can I still bail from the team now? Over there, Ma Long anxiously grilled Si Chen. You sure about this, bro? That's a D-rank dungeon and D-rank means. Si Chen's face stayed dead calm as he replied, I've thought it through. Just then, another system ping. Submission received. Up on the main screen, Gong Ting's face appeared. Selected D-rank dungeon. Team confirmed. All members confirmed. Gong Ting's team officially submitted successfully. Instantly, the other students gasped in shock. Oh my god, another D-rank. Someone else picked a D-rank dungeon. Holy shit. Their voices echoed through the classroom. This year's got some real drama to watch. Over there, the blonde girl shot a glance one way and sneered dismissively. A bunch of losers trying to show off. They didn't even consider their own limits. Following her gaze, you could see Si Chen and his 3 teammates standing off in the distance. Over here, the bald guy jumped in with the mockery. They know they're dead last anyway, so might as well grab attention. That's a D-rank dungeon his teammates won't sign on. While they can still back out, they should switch teams quick. Just formed the team and now it's disbanding already. Pathetic, pathetic. Over yonder, Ma Long watched Si Chen's expression closely. Seeing how totally chill he was, Ma Long pondered deep. Si Chen really seems dead certain, huh? That powerful vibe radiating from him. When did that start? Back in college, this kid was always the one I had to protect. A flicker of sadness crossed Ma Long's eyes. Then, without hesitation, he joined Si Chen's team. We've been through 4 years together. Might as well ride it out to the end with. Right after Xiang Yu jumped in too. We're bottom of the barrel anyway. F or D makes no difference. At this point, might as well hit the D rank, broaden our horizons. Seeing this, Xiang Zhu blurted in disbelief. Hey, you guys. His face full of panic as he yelled. For real, I'm supposed to be the dorm boss. How come I'm always the one scraping the bottom? Finally, Xiang Zhu mustered his courage and joined. Fine, I'm in too. Let's go for it. Gotta graduate anyway. If we're going crazy, let's go all in. The system quickly confirmed. All members confirmed. Si Chen's team officially submitted successfully. Glancing at his 3 buddies, Si Chen felt a touch moved and murmured, Guys. Then he lowered his eyes and laid it out straight. Sorry, I picked D-rank because I want that MVP. But Si Chen didn't notice his words reaching Gong Ting's ears. He kept going. Now I've dragged you all into danger with. Si Chen turned back to his friends, earnestly inviting. So let's grab that top score together. Right then, Gong Ting declared, MVP's mine. Hearing the voice, Si Chen turned to look behind him. Gong Ting's face was ice cold as he stated, Si Chen, there's only one strongest guy in this school. Watching this, Ling Wu commented with glee. First time seeing that look on Gong Ting's face. Seems like this expression. Her voice murmured thoughtfully, these two finally clashing head-on. Beside her, the principal softly sighed. Youth is great. They fear nothing when facing the unknown. Thinking of something, Ling Wu's face showed concern as she said, but Si Chen picking a D-rank is way too cocky, even as a C-rank. Solo carrying a team through a D-rank dungeon is straight up impossible. Her tone turned serious. Though the D-rank bonus multiplier is 3, theoretically maxing at 150 points. Ling Wu calmly assessed, but the difficulties several times in E-rank. With their current team's strength, this choice is obviously the optimal play. Hearing that, the principal just smiled faintly. Exactly, and the practical exam kicks off in half a month. His voice measured as he judged. Leveling up in quality that fast is impossible. Finally, the principal calmly stated, hope Si Chen's crew puts on a decent show by then. On the sports field, Si Chen's group was grinding hard 17 days till the exam. After laps, Ma Long collapsed. Si Chen, everyone's training elemental power and sim combat in the function rooms. Why are you making us do this all day? His voice shaky, he asked confused. Dodgeball, shuttle runs, sprints, this ain't a triathlon for graduation. What good are these? Hearing that, Si Chen calmly explained. At this stage, grinding elemental power or sim fights is pointless, just theory drill. Looking at his 3 friends, he analyzed dead seriously. When you enter an unknown dungeon, facing brand new mega beasts, fear and the unknown hit like a flood. What decides your fate ain't the theories stored in your brain. Si Chen's tone grave as he pointed out, not some last-minute skill combo pieced together, it's your instinct. His words hit home for the 3. Training stamina, explosiveness, reflexes now boost your body's instinct. Si Chen turned, tone steady as he lectured. School sim training maxes support, but the only real useful training is actual dungeon combat. His eyes cold as he exposed the truth, but real dungeon training, normies can't access it. Privileges and perks always go to the elites. Same time in the function room, Gong Ting one-shot a monster. What Si Chen mentioned was none other than his own crew. They'd pay any price to widen the gap with everyone else, to stay on top forever. His voice calm as he judged. They were born with what others chased their whole lives and never touched. Hearing it all, Xiang Zhu anxiously asked, so us nobodies, what do we do? Si Chen's face dead serious as he declared, storm the top Imperial Guild, break through our class ceiling. Looking at his 3 friends, he pointed out sternly, graduation exams are one shot at a shortcut. Si Chen's tone full of resolve, and my best shot at a shortcut too. His expression determined as he vowed, what I promised you guys I'll bust my ass for, will win for sure. Time ticked by, 15 days left till the eval. In the Xuan Yuan Starfall Mage Tower, Si Chen was barehanded, brawling monster. He couldn't dodge in time. A beast chomped his shoulder. Then it raked claws across Si Chen's body. Days later, 10 days left. On the field, he ran while cheering his buds. 5 more laps, push. The 3 struggled after, groaning exhausted. Can't anymore. At the Mage Tower, Si Chen dove back into Xuan Yuan Starfall to wipe monster. Elsewhere, Gong Ting was grinding hard too. Time passed, 5 days left. Now Si Chen was doing push-ups on the field. 3 days till exam. Gong Ting hit the Mage Tower again to train. 2 days left, Si Chen could solo clear the Beast Pack, rank up. Final day, face bloodied, he growled word by word. The real fight starts now. June 17, 2157, graduation practical exam day. Outside the exam room, a peppy robot introduced itself. Hello candidates, I'm your exam escort drone. Across from them, someone was calmly strapping on gloves. Seeing Si Chen's group geared up, the robot carefully reminded, please check your bracelets and gear are on properly. Then it announced gravely, attention, graduation evaluation officially begins. Outside National Awakening University, at the admin building, 2 luxury rides were parked. Spotting the arrival, the principal hurried out for a friendly handshake. Long time no see, Guildmaster Gong. The man replied warmly, sorry to keep you waiting, principal. Was Gong Lin, founder of the Imperial Guild Alliance, Gong Ting's dad. Upstairs, students buzzed seeing Gong Lin. That's one of the Imperial Guild founders. Badass. Seeing the 2 bowing by the white car, the crowd was super curious. Who's in that back car? Making the principal and guild founder personally invite him out. Down below, a red-haired man stepped out slow. The students gasped in shock. No way This was Kynal Cavendish, World Guild Alliance Vice President. Recognizing him, the brown-blonde guy shouted in disbelief, Alliance VP, Guild Alliance VP, here at our school. His face hyped as he gushed. Insane, these big shots you might never meet in a lifetime. No wonder the admin area's spotless today. The Guild Alliance runs the world right now, if they notice you. Below, the principal followed carefully announcing, grad practical exam live streams about to start, please head inside. Up top, students buzzed excitedly. Nah, just Alliance contact alone skyrockets your life. Moments later inside, Gong Xuan stood before the screen introducing. This year's grad practical has 184 students, split into 28 teams. He detailed precisely. 23 teams picked F-rank dungeons, 2 went A-rank, and 2 chose D-rank. Hearing that, the glasses girl asked shocked, oh, teams still picked D-rank. She was Sigrid, Alliance Secretary General. Sigrid's tone thoughtful as she commented, even pro-guild teams treat D-rank as high risk. Have you fully briefed your students on the danger? Gong Xuan affirmed confidently. Of course, we covered it up front. Most students lack real combat, so they pick the lowest, E-rank. F-rank small fry are barely manageable. In an F-rank dungeon, a young guy punched out a fang card. Seeing his group's situation, Gong Xuan calmly judged. But bosses are tough. Their power outstrips same-rank small fry. Students gotta go all out to down an F-rank boss. Then he switched to another group explaining. E-rank dungeons are a whole different beast. Every small monster in E-rank matches an F-rank boss power. Here, students face hundreds of them. Seeing that, the black-haired guy whimpered terrified. E-rank's this brutal, way beyond expectations. The scene proved Gong Xuan right. For most students, clearing E-rank's straight up impossible. Looking at the black-haired guy's team, Sigrid asked seriously, any protection if students get in danger? Gong Xuan's face unflinched. Secretary General, rest assured, students are our most precious resource. His tone grave as he assured, every dungeon's monitored by armed Imperial Guild staff. If extreme danger hits, they intervene immediately. Gong Xuan added, plus, contestants' bracelets have signal function. On screen, the black-haired guy raised his hand yelling, I forfeit the exam. Words barely out, system confirmed, forfeit accepted. Seeing that, Gong Xuan calmly explained, any candidate signaling forfeit gets instantly extracted from the dungeon. Hearing it all, Sigrid pondered. Even so, 2 student teams picked the harder D-rank. Your school's got talent. I'm looking forward to their show. Instantly, a sly smile crept over Gong Xuan's face as he thought, yeah, I want to see how many minutes they last. Eyeing Si Chen's group footage, he smirked arrogantly. Those kids'll bolt soon enough. In the D-rank dungeon, the 4 finally ran into monsters. First sight, Ma Long yelped terrified. What the hell is that? Up in the trees, monkey-like beasts with bat wings on their arms. That creepy look made him shudder. Looks freaky as hell. Ahead, Si Chen scanned him and calmly briefed. Bat monkey demons, mistype beasts, excel at group assaults, superfast aerial dives, stay sharp for their swoop. On the branches, the bat monkeys rose up. Next second, they all dove at the four. Si Chen bellowed warning, incoming. As attacks landed, Xiang Yu deftly leaned back dodging. Beside him, Ma Long dropped low in time. Even Xiang Zuo hopped clear quick. Done dodging, Xiang Zuo yelped in disbelief. Holy shit, we just dodged a D-rank beast attack. Ma Long whispered shocked. I'm not dead. Right then, one beast dropped dead from nowhere. The thud drew Xiang Zuo's eyes. He gawked and blurted, Si Chen. Si Chen had somehow already wiped several beasts. The sight made Xiang Zuo freak, yelling. Blink of an eye, and he soloed 3 D-rank beasts. Si Chen's eyes gleamed with faint golden light. He whipped around, voice steady. You ain't strong enough to take him yet. Just watch your own back here. He blurred into motion instantly, body a hazy light streak, tossing back curtly. Rest is on me. Meanwhile, Xiang Zuo, Ma Long, and Xiang Yu all rolled dodging. Xiang Zuo bellowed. Heads up. He hit the dirt hard, back cracking against a tree, pain lancing through. A crystal-clear thought hit him. No wonder he trained our reflexes and burst power nonstop. Not to carry us in fights, but so we could survive on our own when shit hits the fan. He grumbled bitterly in his head. Fuck me. I was the dorm boss all along. Now this kid's gotta drag my ass through graduation. Across the battlefield, Si Chen hammered out lightning-fast punch barrages, each booming ear-shatteringly, mowing down every swooping bat monkey demon. They shrieked insane, swarming back tidal wave style. Si Chen didn't flinch, slashing horizontal and vertical, shredding them to bits and flinging carcasses far. Xiang Zhu stood rooted, eyes locked on Si Chen's back, musing. Ma Long said he was badass. I didn't buy it till I saw it today. Dude's strength ain't some fresh grads level. He's a frontline vet warrior through and through. Watching him shred wave after wave, he sighed inside. This guy's turned ridiculously reliable out of nowhere. Have I seriously fallen that far behind? Out of nowhere, a bat monkey demon dive-bombed from behind. Xiang Yu hollered. Behind you, another one's incoming. Right then, Xiang Zuo exploded in, arm whipping to clamp its leg vice tight, yanking vicious to stall it. He dropped to one knee, gasping but resolute. Yo, Ma Long, right flank, we can't be total baggage, leeching off Si Chen solo. Ma Long and Xiang Yu blinked stunned. Xiang Zuo stared him down, pressing. This ain't just his grad exam. It's ours, too. Xiang Yu nodded fierce, skill firing. Damn right. He roared, activate vine bind chant. Eat this. Slick green vines lashed snake quick, coiling the bat monkey demon iron type. But it bucked berserk, ripping free in seconds flat. Xiang Yu freaked. What? Shook it off that fast. Split second later, white frost blast engulfed the beast. Ma Long palmed forward, tone glacial. Slowed it. Xiang Yu pile on. Xiang Yu thrust out, unleashing. Activate Frost Shroud chant, no escaping now. Seamless sync, Frost locked it sluggish. Vines snapped back stranglehold, both shouted, Xiang Zhu go. Xiang Zhu surged, flames erupting aura style. On it. He lobbed a Mage Core explosive flame shot, bellowing, take it. Fire orb detonated smack on the bat monkey demon's mug. Searing half its face charred black, agony hit. It still roared rabid. Xiang Zhu flung more, cursing, tanky fucker. Vines tore again. Xiang Yu gnashed, losing control. Ma Long wheezed, maxed out. Xiang Zhu vaulted sky high, dumping all juice into a colossal explosive flame shot, yelling, all or nothing. My ultimate blast. Mage Core condensed explosive flame barrage streaked meteor down, impaling the bat monkey demon. Earthquake boom, inferno swallowing it whole. System droned cold. Congrats on successfully slaying bat monkey demon. Trio crashed back spent, heaving rivers of sweat. Xiang Zhu grinned lopsided. Nailed it. We actually dropped a D-rank beast. Si Chen tree propped, quiet watching. Xiang Zhu hauled up beaming. Si Chen, you catch that. Ashpile held a drop. Bat monkey demon phalange X1. Xiang Zhu cocky laughed. Easy as pie. Si Chen soft smiled, rare warm tone. Well done, congrats. Of bat monkey demon corpses piled his rear. System pinged on. All small mobs in dungeon cleared. Monitor other side, Gong Shuan bug-eyed, voice quaking. No way. He babbled unbelieving. These green-ass noobs with Jack Combat Exp overleveled a D-rank kill. Gong Lin and Principal drowned in dead silence nearby. Kynal chair lounged casual, piped up eyes interestlit. Kids got solid move. He screen-stared Si Chen, murmuring. And he looks just like an old pal of mine. Cavendish head tilted, voicing. Si Chen, I got it now. Gong Lin flinched sharp at that. Gong Xuan shuddered weirdly full body. He jabbed ahead topic shift. Check it, other D-rank teams midway in. Screen blazed, intense clash. Chris glasses pushed thoughtful, breaking down. Teamwork fluid AF like a pro guild crew. Cavendish cheek propped, impressed whoa. Neat, this grad class packs heat. Gong Xuan head bowed inner sneer. Scrap just kicked off, real shows brewing. Meantime, high-hazard B-rank puffshroom dungeons with poison spore pits wrecked wild. Yinling solo loot clutched, sound waves purging toxin fogs via her decay lament ult, nerfing their power, stamina, speed hard. Boom, Yanhee rolled up hand-raised assist channel. His mana blasted shrooms airborne, hollering, Captain. Gong Ting window seized, razor weapon loosed. Chops mulched to smoke poof. Sheathed done, Gong Ting stowed blade. Yanhee and squad item dissolve, musing. School test mobs mirror our last training batch, child's play takedown. No shock, Gong clan pre-rigged the grad eval. Back the right horse in life's cakewalk. Champs locked, Gong Cheng eyed Gong Ting pivot, prodded. Boss time. Switched to see Chen squad, braving blizzard hell. He dead serious, front stared. Bit later, see Chen fronted high danger D-rank depths. Cloudmist peak summit. We legit summited a D-rank dungeon. Ice ghost ape mid-feast oblivious. Ma Long terror yelped. Final boss, scary mofo. Xiangzhu piled. One slap wipes me tenfold. Abrupt, it flared crimson, eyes wide. Ma Long Xiangyu yelped. Locked eyes on us. Ice ghost ape bull rushed, no delay. Squad scattered as blasting. Solo Si Chen vaulted, head stomped direct. Booted ice ghost ape sailing distant. Landed, golden light whirled it, orbiting him loops. Ice ghost ape agony howled under horrific force. Countless light gashes diced it confetti. Flash Si Chen weapon gripped, skewering ice ghost ape through. Xiangzhu Ma Long horror gaped shivering. Down like that. Minzon Si Chen brooded ice ghost ape corpse. System. EXP plus 200, gained Ice Ape Core X1. Eyes squinted fishy. Off D-rank boss drops peanuts EXP and stingy loot 2. Shout boomed attention snag. Magic crystals galore. Xiang Zuo Tree Hollow packed crystals waved. Hurry Pete. Big dummy stashed hella crystals here. Mid-grade size mint. Flip 'em outside, we're rich forever. Si Chen eyes bugged halt, hold up. Nope, hand grazed crystal. Instant trippy glow swallowed him. Si Chen glow struck statue. Kaboom, ice blast erupted spot on. Squad ice blocked rigid, screen blacked out. System warn, Si Chen team signal lock. Gong Shu and beard stroked chuckle. Bingo hooked ya, high rank beast smart. Trash drags eternal, grad evals toe snap. Cavendish quick cut, student lives online, he bowed urgent. Yeah, evac stat, guild team in, call it quits. Yuan long shot back, more time. The bracelet monitors their vitals in real time. All survival stats are still normal so far, and there's zero report of any forfeit intent in their consciousness. The choice has to stay in the candidate's hand. Cut to the other side, Ma Long let out a massive sneeze. Behind him, his teammates frozen solid in ice blocks, only he remained hugging himself tight. Damn, it's freezing. Good thing I missed class 2, got some ice resistance, or I'd be trapped like. Suddenly a few creepy creaks echoed, spooking Ma Long bad. A second later, a monstrous beast with a freakish hulking frame materialized in midair. Terror gripped his gut. That's the real dungeon boss.